Hello students, hope all of you are fine. Today I am going to start the topic Kirchhoff's laws. Actually, in case of complicated circuits, we cannot find net resistance using series or parallel laws of combination. In that case, we use Kirchhoff's laws for finding net resistance and currents in different branches of the circuit. So let us discuss these Kirchhoff's laws. There are two Kirchhoff's laws. First law is also known as junction rule. Junction rule. So this law, it states that the sum of currents meeting at a junction is always equal to 0 if I assume different currents which are coming or going away from the junction. Let this O be a junction in certain electric network, and that this current is I1, this is I2, I3, I4 and I5. Now according to this Kirchhoff's first law or this junction rule, the sum of the electric currents meeting at this junction is 0. Means you can write it as summation I is equal to 0. Now when we take the sum, we take some sign convention into consideration. So those electric currents which are coming toward the junction, they are taken as positive, and those currents which are going away from the junction, they are taken as negative. So in this case, if I apply this Kirchhoff's first law to this junction, then we will write I1 plus I2 minus I3 minus I4 minus I5 equal to 0, or we can write it as I1 plus I2 is equal to I3 plus I4 plus I5. So we can also state this law as the sum of incoming currents towards a junction is always equal to sum of the outgoing currents from that junction. Actually, this law, it is based on law of conservation of charge. If a steady current is flowing across a circuit, then charge cannot be accumulated or cannot be created at certain point. Means the algebraic sum of the charges which are moving toward a junction should always be equal to the sum of the charges which are going away from the junction. So this is about this Kirchhoff's first law, which is known as junction rule. Now this is also known as Kirchhoff's current law. Now second is, you can write it as KCL, Kirchhoff's current law. Now second law. Second law is voltage law, or that is also known as loop rule. Second law, which is also known as loop rule or KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law. So let I consider some electrical circuit. this resistance V R3, that is EMF V E1 R1 T2 R2. Now, what is the statement of this second law? It states that the algebraic sum of change in potential across any network in a closed loop is always equal to 0. Closed loop means, in this case you can see that if I name it as A, B, C, D, E, F, then A, B, C, F, A, this is a closed loop. F, C, D, E, F, this is also a closed loop. So the second law states that the algebraic sum of change in potential across any closed loop in a network or in an electric circuit is always equal to 0. Means you can write it as del V is equal to 0. So again, there are some sign conventions when we apply this second law. Let current flowing through this branch be I1, here I2, and let the current flowing through this be I3. Now, during traversal along a loop, for example, if I start from point F, for loop F, C, D, E, F, then when I move across this loop, direction of current is toward this side, but I am moving toward this side. So potential drop across this resistor is taken as negative. Means if we are moving in the direction of current, then potential drop across this component is taken as positive, and if we are moving opposite to the direction of current, then the potential drop is taken as negative. This is first sign convention. Second, if during traversal positive terminal of the cell or battery comes first, then this EMF is taken as positive, otherwise negative. So let us see how to apply this Kirchhoff's second law. Let we consider this loop in loop A, B, C, F, A. So if I write different potential across the different components, so I can write here I am moving in the direction of current. So potential drop across this will be I3, R3, then during traversal negative of this cell comes first, so I write it as minus E2. You are moving in the direction of current, so potential drop across this again it is positive, plus I2 R2 is equal to 0. Or we can write I3 R3 plus I2 R2 is equal to E2. That is equation number 1. If we apply the same law to this loop, so we can write in loop F, C, D, E, F. So I have started from this point. Now potential drop across this R2 will be taken as negative because direction of current is opposite to the direction of traversal. So I write it as minus I2 R2. Then positive of this cell comes first, so I write plus E2, then minus E1 plus I1 R1. equal to 0. So we can write here I1 R1 minus I2 R2 is equal to, if I take this EMF E1 and E2 toward right hand side, then it will come E1 minus E2. Let this be number 2 equation. Also, using Kirchhoff's first law, we can write the value of I3 in terms of I1 and I2, because if we consider this junction, then the sum of incoming currents is I1 plus I2 and the outgoing current is I3. So we can write I1 plus I2 is equal to I3. So using this first, second and this third equation, we can find the value of I1, I2 and I3 if the values of R1, R2, R3, E1 and E2 are known. So in this way, this Kirchhoff's second rule is applied for finding currents in different branches of the circuit. This law, it is based on law of conservation of energy. The first law, it is based on law of conservation of charge, and this second law, it is based on law of conservation of energy. How it is based on law of conservation of energy? As we said that the algebraic sum of change in potential across different components in a closed loop in any network is 0, because this electrostatic force is conservative force and the work done in moving a charge along a closed loop is 0. That's why this sum of del V is equal to 0. So it is based on law of conservation of energy. So this is about Kirchhoff's first law and second law. So these laws can be used for finding net resistance as well as currents in different branches of a complicated circuit where it is difficult to apply the laws of series combination or parallel combination. So we will solve a numerical based on these laws. So let us consider a circuit. So let its voltage be 2 volt, 1 volt and 4 volt, and let the values of resistance be, its resistance be 4 ohm, 2 ohm and 3 ohm. Or let it be 3 ohm, let it be 2 ohm. Now you can be asked to find the current in each branch of the circuit. Now we can assume, let the current flowing through this branch be, let it be I1. Generally current comes out from positive terminal, so I take it as I1, let this be I2 and let this current be I. So we have to find the values of I, I1 and I2. So we can write for the question for the network shown. Find the values of I1, I2 and I. This is question. So now how to find the values of I, I1 and I2. So here we will apply the Kirchhoff's first law as well as second law. Now for our convenience, let I name these junctions as, let it be A, B, C, D, E, F. So if I apply Kirchhoff's first law, by first law I can write here I is equal to I1 plus I2, because the sum of incoming currents toward this junction is I1 plus I2 and this I is the outgoing current from this junction. So we can write I is equal to I1 plus I2. So let I name these as E1, it is R1, E2, R2, no it is, since I have taken this I1, so let it be E1, R1, E2, R2, E3, R3. So let we apply Kirchhoff's second law in this loop A, B, C, F, A. By second law in loop A, B, C, F, A. So I have started from point A and positive terminal of the battery, it comes first. So I take this EMF as positive. So I write E3. When potential drop cross this, it is taken as positive. So current across it is I. So I write I plus I R3 plus I2 R2 minus E2 is equal to 0. Or if you put the values, value of E3 is 2 volt. So 2 plus 4I, I2 into 3 plus 3I2 minus 1 is equal to 0. Or if I put the value of this I, then this implies 4I1 plus I2 plus 3I2. 2 minus 1 is 1, and if you take that side it will become minus 1. So this implies 4I1 plus 4I2 means 4I1, 4I2 plus 3I2 becomes 7I2 is equal to minus 1. So let this be the first equation. Now for writing second equation, I will take this loop in loop F, C, D, E, F. Again during traversal, positive terminal of battery comes first. So I write E2 minus I2 into R2 plus I1 into R1 minus E1 is equal to 0. Now we will put the values of known variables. So 1 minus 3I2 plus 2I1 minus 4 is equal to 0, or this will be 2I1 minus 3I2. 1 minus 4 is equal to minus 3. So if we take for right hand side, then it become equal to 3. So this is second equation. Now we have to solve simply these two equations for finding the value of I1 and I2. So these equations can be solved for finding the value of I1 and I2. So if I multiply this with 2, so second into 2 implies 4I1 minus 6I2 equal to 6, and then I add this equation 3, or I will subtract equation 1 from 3. So 3 minus 1 implies here 4I1 minus 6I2 equal to 6, 4I1 plus 7I2 equal to minus 1. This is, we have already solved equation of two variables. How to solve them? So if I change sign, minus minus plus, so it will get cancelled. Minus 6 minus 7, it will become minus 13I2 equal to 7. You can just check the signs. Here it is 1 minus 3I2 plus 2I1 minus 4 is equal to 0. So 2I1 minus 3I2 is equal to 3. Okay. 4I1 minus 6I2 is equal to 6. And this is 4I1 plus 7I2 equal to minus 1. So if I subtract 1 first from 3, so here minus, minus and plus. So this implies I2 is equal to minus 7 by 13 ampere. Now we can find the value of I1 from this equation. So 2 implies 2I1 is equal to 3 plus 3I2. So I1 is equal to 3 plus 3I2 divided by 2. So now put the value of this I2. So 3 minus 21 by 13. Or this is 7 by 13 divided by 2. So 13 into 3, 39. So this is equal to 39 minus 21 over 26. So this is equal to 18 by 26. 18 by 26 I1, that is equal to 9 by 13 ampere. So I1 is equal to 9 by 13 ampere and I2 is equal to minus 7 by 13 ampere. Now what does this negative sign indicates? This negative sign indicates that the direction which you have assumed for the flow of current, the direction should be opposite to that. So means here I2 should be equal to 7 by 13 and the net current is equal to I is equal to I1 plus I2. So that is equal to 9 by 13 minus 7 by 13 equal to 2 by 13 ampere. So means actually if we have to write the values of I1, I2 and I, so we should write I1 is equal to 9 by 13 ampere, I2, here I have assumed direction toward this side, but actually direction of this is toward this side, so it should be equal to 7 by 13 and I is equal to 2 by 13 ampere. So this is how we will apply Kirchhoff's rules for finding currents in different branches of a network where we cannot find using series or parallel combination of the resistors. So I will stop here. I wish that you stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.